Hello! So today I'm going to be drinking Sailor Neptune. So this is one of their fandom blends. I do not know this cartoon. I assume it is an anime based on the picture for this. I do like anime. I just haven't had time to watch anime in quite a long time. I don't really have time. It's TV, as I've mentioned, it's not my entertainment of choice. I tend to read. Alright, I'm going to try and give a generous amount of this tea. Here's what it looks like. And I'll tell you what all of these little pieces are. I'm also going to steep it right in my cup so that it's a little bit less water, because I think I'm not doing justice to these blends as much because I'm under steeping them. So this is supposed to only brew at 190 for 3 minutes. So I'm going to try and just do the 3 minutes just in this smaller amount of water and see if that works. So this has Puchong tea, which I don't know what that is. My guess is it might be green. White tea, rose hips, hibiscus, apple pieces, ooh yum, coconut flavor, pineapple flavor. We'll see what I think about pineapple flavor. Blue cornflower, oh, so this may turn blue. Rose petals, pineapple pieces, oh, that's what you could see in there. Coconut, hibiscus flower, freeze-dried pineapple. This has moderate caffeine. This sounds very interesting. Oh, it smells really good. Okay, so it definitely mostly smells of pineapple, but I can also smell the coconut. So pineapple's been one that I've been kind of on the fence about if I will really like it in tea or not. But it smells really, really good. Because it's white tea, it's probably not going to have much of a tea scent. What else is in here that I might be smelling? I don't think I smell the rose hips. Maybe a little bit. There's a little bit of a floral, but that could be the hibiscus. I believe this would not make a good latte. I think you can't. I think hibiscus curdles milk. Although I very rarely make lattes anyway. I have tried, so some of these teas that I haven't loved, I've tried making into lattes. So like the maple oolong, which I reviewed earlier, or maybe later, depending on when the videos come out. The maple oolong I didn't love, so I added some maple syrup into it, and I added some milk, and it did make it taste better. I just find that I don't love the latte taste. I don't want that kind of thick, creamy taste most of the time. I kind of want the creaminess to come through in the tea instead of through sugar or milk. And I used an oat milk. Actually, I think I used a coconut almond milk to make that latte. I enjoyed drinking it, but it's not my cup of tea. I prefer just, it's one of the things I'm really enjoying about doing these videos and about now doing these communities. So this is the community for what day? For Friday of this week. And I will probably release this video on Sunday. And this is allowing me to figure out my palette. That's a really valuable part of doing the community. So I'm actually not even sad when I don't love a tea, because it's helping me figure out what I do like and what I don't like. And again, at less than $1 for one of these packets, that's a pretty fun way to do a tasting. It's like, I love doing wine tastings, and part of what I love about it is learning more about my palate. It's not that this is a bad wine or this is a good wine. It's this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and it allows me to buy wines that I like more often. And same with tea. So this is going to allow me to purchase teas that I like more. And I think being able to go through all of the different ingredients in these videos, that will help me figure out what ingredients in teas I like. And again, it'll still be good to experiment, because there may be some things like ginger, which I have a love-hate relationship with. It depends on how much ginger is in a tea, and it depends on what it's mixed with. So this is, it actually turned out pretty pink. It's very pretty. Still smell mostly pineapple. Very light pineapple flavor. I'm actually gonna put the tea back in there and let it steep a little bit longer, because I'm not getting much more than just a little bit of pineapple in there. It's one of the issues I have with white tea. I don't really drink white tea often, and it's partially because I don't feel like I get enough flavor from it, and maybe it's because I'm relatively new to it and I'm not entirely brewing it correctly. I don't really know, and we'll learn over time. I'm not giving up on drinking it. We have a very nice Chinese silver needle tea that my husband was given, and I'm drinking that periodically. So maybe through drinking that, I think it's a good one. I don't really know, because it was given as a gift, but I'm trying to see if there's a certain way that I can brew it, or even blend it with something else where I like the flavor more, because I know a lot of people really, really love white teas. So, okay, so I let that steep another minute or so. I don't know that I'm going to get much more out of that, but we'll see. This one I might enjoy more cold, so I may let this sit. That's got more pineapple. I can get a little bit of the coconut. I'm getting a little bit of astringency that I think is from the tea, the white tea, or maybe the hibiscus. I have no idea what pochong, is that how you pronounce it? Pochong tea tastes like. I don't know what that tea is. So I think I'm going to let this sit and cool and see if I like it more cold. I think I will. And that was always my fear with pineapple, is that I wasn't really going to like it hot. Pineapple's not a flavor I think of for a hot tea at all. So I might like this cold. If I do like it cold, excellent, but I don't drink a lot of cold teas, especially caffeinated ones, so it probably would not go into rotation for me. But it's fun to try, and again, I love trying these even when they're not my favorite. And I would say this is a meh. We'll see, maybe I really like it cold, but again, I'm probably not gonna make a cold steep with most of these teas, so it wouldn't be one I would purchase. But yeah, I would say it's not a no, but it's a meh. So, all right. I might actually like it more at night too, because I think it's pretty low caffeine. So I think it's one I probably could drink between like 2 and 5 and not have it mess up my sleep. So, all right. Talk to you again soon. Bye. Hello there. So Today we have gunpowder. So let's see, can you see that? They're little balls, kind of. They're a little bit more smashed up than gunpowder often looks. I'm gonna put this in my teapot. This one I made a bit of a mess with. So this one's gunpowder. Again, these are the cutest little bags. This one's supposed to steep for 2 to 3 minutes. I may steep it a tiny bit longer. This is just gunpowder tea, which I think gunpowder is a green tea. I'm not sure. It's moderate caffeine. So we will see how that steeps up. It is about 12:15 in the afternoon, so I'm glad it's only moderate caffeine. For some reason I thought it was high caffeine, and I thought, oh, this could mess me up having this afternoon. But I am also up a bit later this evening because we have a rehearsal tonight, so I'm gonna make pasta, and I bought some mochi for band members, and we'll all come over to the house and hang out. My son is actually home today. He was up sick last night. He seems to be feeling much better now, but he was homesick, not feeling good last night, and hopefully it was just kind of a food poisoning thing. As he seems to feel much better now, but it means that I'm probably not running around to karate tonight and all the other things that I usually do before rehearsal. So I actually had 3 sessions this morning, back to back, and it may mean the rest of my day is relatively chill. I might actually make some cranberry muffins. I've been thinking about making cranberry muffins, and that would make everybody very, very happy, especially since it's a band rehearsal, so people would eat the muffins if my family lets them eat the muffins. My family, if they like things well enough, will tell me I cannot share it. I do have a session this evening before rehearsal, so not entirely a chill evening, but I have a couple of hours to rest now. Normally I would go climbing right about now, but I'm not going to go climbing and leave my son home when he's been sick. I don't think. He'd probably be fine, but I like to baby him a little bit when he's sick. He's very rarely homesick from school, though he was home a couple of weeks ago with a bad cold, which then turned into a 2-week cold for me, even though he only had it for 2 days. Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit into my mug, and then I will let a little bit steep more. Whoa, it's a beautiful green color. I'm excited about this one. So here, let me turn it this way. This is kind of the best way to see it. Look at that. It looks like a very nice green tea. Smells like a nice green tea. I didn't sniff the bag. Yeah, it smells like green. I'm sure gunpowder is green because it definitely has that scent. Okay, let's see how it tastes. It's yummy. Now, I'm actually going to pour the rest in here because not realizing this was green, I did use a hotter water than I normally would use for green. So I'm going to pour it in there pretty fast. It wasn't quite boiling, as my thermos doesn't really keep the water boiling, but it was, usually I'll add some cold tap water to my teapot if I'm brewing green, and for some reason it didn't register to me that gunpowder was green. So we've talked about me kind of liking things over steeped, and I think that's the case here. This might be a little bit too steeped for some people because the water's a little bit hotter, but I like it. It's interesting because I kind of started this tea journey like wanting to try all these fancy flavored teas, and I do really like them, but I'm picky about them. I felt bad that a lot of the I've tried 6 different teas from the community box so far, and I've liked one enough to consider rebuying it. I'm going to buy a sample size and play around with the sample size and see how much I like it. But other than that, I haven't loved any of them. They were okay, not fabulous. But this one I really like. I don't know if I will purchase kind of a plain green tea. Because I hate to say it, but I do find that with just plain green teas, plain black teas, I'm almost as happy with tea bags. I know it's blasphemous, but I have found I've tried so many grocery store teas. I've been drinking tea a long time that I found the grocery store tea bags that I like. They're a lot cheaper. Although this is really nice. I am very happy with this tea. I'm very happy to have this tea in my glass right now. So maybe I'll be more excited about the community teas that are really just plain black or green. This is what I needed. I've been talking for 3 hours, or talking and listening in sessions for 3 hours, so it's nice to have this is a really hot cup of tea too. I think I have a little bit more in the teapot. I'm going to pour that in. So this one is a big hit. Very happy with Gunpowder. And I will finish up this week, and then this weekend maybe I'll try to get ahead for the following week. I'm having a lot of fun with doing these tastings, so talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, I'm back again. It is the same day, and I will record let's see, so I did day 4, and this is going to be day 6, and I'll do day 5 tomorrow morning because I wanted something decaf. It's now about 6 o'clock at night. I wanted a new tea. I've been tempted to have a sweet matcha, but I'm afraid it's going to kind of mess up my sleep schedule if I do that. So I am going to make decaf hazelnut cinnamon cream because, oh my gosh, does that sound fabulous. Can you read it? There we go. A little bit. Yes. And look how cute these little packages are for Christmas. So I'm going to put a little bit more of actually I'm going to put this whole package in here, which means I won't have any for that day, but that's okay. That will be Saturday anyway, so I will drink some other tea on that day. So here we go. This is what this looks like. This I am really excited about. So I'm going to pop this in my teapot. I'm going to do the whole teapot instead of just the cup. So that's why I'm going to use the whole amount. So this should steep 3 to 5 minutes. As I have learned, I need to go the full 5 minutes, so I will ramble a little bit. I did smell this right before, and I can still smell it. It smells amazing. It smells really like hazelnut and cinnamon and maybe some orange, maybe some coconut kind of stuff. Let's read what's in it. I have some tea leaves on my finger. Okay, so this has decaf Ceylon tea. Again, I really like a decaf black tea. So it does have some trace caffeine in it, but not enough that it'll mess up my sleep at 6 o'clock at night. Cinnamon, cocoa nibs, orange, natural hazelnut flavor, marigold flowers, natural cinnamon flavor, natural cream flavor. So I can smell a little bit of the orange. and maybe some of the cocoa, but mostly hazelnut and cinnamon. I'm very excited, very, very, very excited to try this one. So I'm going to have to take good notes so that I'll have those for Saturday when it is time to actually talk about this in community. But I'm excited to try it. It's been a nice day today. I did a session this morning with a new client, and then I went and gave one of my friends a massage, which is nice. We do that once a month. I do exchanges with her. I give her a massage. She does my hair. She's a very talented hairdresser. She's especially talented at color, so you can't tell how many grays I have, which is lots. And then I had another session. Actually, I did a meditation. Came home, ate some lunch, did a meditation. Then I had another session, phone session. And then I started getting ready for my son to come home, made some dinner. My husband and I just went for a walk because it's like 74 degrees out on the 1st of November. So it would have been a little bit negligent not to get out for a walk if I could. So some of you may know the funny thing that when we came back from Europe, we were in Europe this summer, and for about a month, which was amazing. We had a grant to be able to go. And we walked a ton. We were on our feet 5 or 6 hours every day. I will be happy when this tea is ready because I got a little frog in my throat, sorry. So we were on our feet 5 or 6 hours a day, and it just felt really good. And so when we got home, I wanted to try to keep walking. Clearly probably not 5 or 6 hours a day, although this is where I do my sessions, and this is a standing desk. As you may hear my creaky floors as I move around. So I do stand for a lot of the day, which I think is good, even if I'm not walking, but I'm trying to get more walking in. So I joined the Conquer Challenge, which some of you may know, where you sign up to do walks and you get a medal at the end. So it's an app where you plug in your miles, or you can turn your app on and it will record your miles as you walk. I don't do that because my phone runs out of juice really fast. So I just keep track of my miles and I put it in my app, and it gives you a map, for at least the ones that I'm doing, gives you a map of where you are on the map. It sends you postcards. You can actually use your little peg person and like look around where you are, kind of walk around the map and see where you are. Like, it's basically a Google map kind of situation, and it's very cool. So I did earlier the Ring of Kerry because I've actually walked, well, I didn't walk, sorry. I've driven the Ring of Kerry, and so I did the Ring of Kerry, and then I did the Florida Keys, which I've also been to, and so it was fun. Each one I only did for a day, so it was fun to revisit it and actually see some of the sights, because I didn't get to see very much on either trip. But right now, for Halloween, I'm doing Transylvania. So that's really fun. So this is my brewed tea. It's a very light color. I thought it might be a little bit darker since it's got black tea in it. This smells really nice. It smells still very much like cinnamon and hazelnut and a little bit of coconut, even though there's not coconut in there. So I wonder what that may be, kind of the hazelnut. Oh, maybe it's cocoa that I'm kind of smelling. Okay, that's possible. So I get a little bit of the hazelnut. And a little bit of the cocoa. I get a little bit of the black tea. I'm not getting a lot of orange. The smell is a little bit better than the taste. The taste is good. It's just I'm always wanting to be like wowed by these. I'm wanting them to taste like, you know, especially these desserty ones. I want it to taste like a cookie. Although I don't really want it that sweet, so I don't know what I'm looking for. Again, part of this is I'm trying to figure out my own palate. And I think, I feel like I want dessert wines, but I don't know that I really love dessert wines. I said wine because you don't usually talk about dessert teas, but sorry. I think I want a dessert tea that's sugary and milky. And when I try to make them into a latte or add some sweetener, I'm usually not that happy with it. So I did make one earlier today. And I'll review this at another time. I made a chaga chai. Chai is the one where I really don't like it without a little bit of milk and a little bit of sweetener. And so I tried it without, and I wasn't feeling it. I added a little bit of milk, not a lot, and a tiny bit of stevia, and it was much better. But I'm not a huge chai fan. This is nice. This really is nice. I would let it steep longer. I'm going to let it steep a little bit longer because I do want more of that tea flavor. Let's see if that... And it's brewing up darker, a little bit darker at this point. So I think maybe letting it steep longer is a step in the right direction. I'm getting a lot more of the flavors. So maybe even 5 minutes was not long enough for this for me. I'm still not getting a lot of black tea, but I am getting the kind of hazelnut, although it has a real coconut vibe to me, which I don't know what that's about. But I can taste the cocoa. I would not want this as a latte personally. I don't think it needs the sweetness. Sometimes adding sweetness kind of brings out different flavors, I've noticed, but my preference is really for unsweetened tea. Which is funny because my son has grown up in the South, so he is a sweet tea fan. I've never been a sweet tea fan, but I didn't grow up down here either. So this is one I would drink again. I mean, I would be happy to drink again. I think putting the whole packet in was good. I think I would have really been underwhelmed if I had not brewed the whole thing. But it's nice. I might even do a second steep and see if it's any good. Might be at least worth a try. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll buy this. I might at least buy a sample of it and see if drinking it more. It is kind of a nice, like, after dinner. I don't want dessert, but I want something a little bit kind of chocolatey. It might really suffice for that. So this one I'm still on the fence. I would say it's like a 4 out of 5 maybe. And I think it might grow to be a 4.5 the more I drank it. I think sometimes the titles of these set expectations that are not realistic for me. And so then I'm kind of disappointed where if somebody just said, hey, let me make you a pot of tea and then served me this tea, I'd be like, hey, this is really good. So I don't know. Doing these tastings with you guys is fun, but I'm wondering if, with especially some of the teas that I have that I have larger samples of, so I can do multiple cups of, I might not pay as much attention to the name, and I just might kind of brew it and see what I think about it, just kind of see how much caffeine's in it and make my decision based on that. But I will do, I think tomorrow, which would be the middle video for this one, is Gunpowder, which I'm excited about. but it's got a lot of caffeine, so I'm not going to drink it at 6:30 at night. So, okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.